Hi, this is Julia Katsivo. How are you doing today? I just wanted to hop on real quick to share with you something that I think is very important. I speak with a lot of people and I tell them to start reaching out to create a list of 10 places that they can reach out to. And the reason for this is so that you can have speaking engagements, so that you can go out and do your workshops, so that you can do your talks, so that people can see your content and they can want to possibly work with you in the future. Now, what I come across are people who give me that blank look like, okay, where the heck am I supposed to start? And this is the thing that I've realized. At the heart of it, a lot of you are recreating your processes every single time. So what I mean is that maybe you reached out to one or two people before, or a couple of people, and then the following month you completely forgot how to do it. And one of the things that I do, that I encourage you to do, and I'm going to share with you, is you've got to create your own cheat sheet. So open up a Google Docs, and then any verbiage that you've used in the past that has worked, and you'll see this from, and that's the beauty about technologies, that there's always a trail. You'll see this from emails you've sent out, messages you've sent out, texts maybe, or conversations in which you were successful. I want you to copy and paste that and put it in your Google Sheet, Google Doc. And then what you do is it makes this easier for you. So you're not thinking about where to reach out and then thinking of what to say. So I'm going to try and see if I can read for you one of the ones that I use that get me into the door for places that I want to speak at, and we'll see if this works, okay? All right. So one of the things that I use that's really quick is this. And this is with event speakers, okay? So this is what I use. Hi, are you looking for event speakers? I'm Julia Katsivo, an award-winning social entrepreneur and business coach. I help female entrepreneurs refine their niche and tighten up their marketing. I'd love to send you my speaker one sheet and chat with you. Thanks, Julia. And then I put my LinkedIn link at the bottom of that. And the reason I do that is because I can send you to my website, but social media is more dynamic. And what this means is that if you go to my LinkedIn profile, or if you go to my Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, you're going to see stuff every day. It's going to give you a better understanding of who I am and what I do than my website will, because the website is a little bit more static in that sense. So as you can see, that's very simple. So what you're doing is you're just getting right to the point. And the reason for this is, as an event organizer, I also have the experience of bringing on speakers, say, to my events, or working with different people. And the last thing you need is someone's overglorified profile. So the reason you want to keep it short and sweet is so that you can, the person can quickly read what you're saying, and they can know, okay, this is for me or this is not for me. So I'm just going to read that out to you again, and maybe even break it down a little bit for you. So when I'm looking for events, when I'm applying to speak at events, this is what I initially send. Hi, are you looking for event speakers? And this is very generic, and with each event, you want to tweak this, right? So you want to say, you're looking for event speakers for, and then the name of the conference or the name of the event. And if the year has passed, then you want to look at 2020 as an example and start putting that information in. I'm Julia Katsivo, an award-winning social entrepreneur and business coach. And this very quickly tells you who I am, and it gives you enough information so that you can see the credibility factor, and also how I position myself in the marketplace. I help female entrepreneurs refine their niche and tighten up their marketing. And this very quickly tells you what I do. And then I'd love to send you my speaker one sheet and chat with you. Thanks, Julia, and then my LinkedIn link at the bottom. So as you can see, this is a very quick pitch. It's something that gives you enough information so that you can say, yes, you're interested or not. And I give you the link that you can click on so that you can see whether there's information on there that moves you to say, yes, let's set up a time to talk or not. So if you have anything that's worked for you, I want you to start putting those things down. So I have that for when I'm looking for events. I also have the verbiage for when I am reaching out to people so that I can work with them as their coach. Also for just the different ways and places in which I've had to ask for the job or ask for the sale, I put that information down. And what this does is it helps me very quickly move on to my tasks without recreating the process each time. So for example, I'll sit down at the beginning of the week and I'll map out, I used to start with 10, now I do more. I would map out 10 places that I'll be looking for so that I can speak at. And this is based on knowing my clients very well and where they go and what they do and why they go there. And then all I'm doing is I'm cutting and pasting the stuff that I've put on my Google Doc and just making minor modifications. A lot of times I don't even have to do that. And what it does is it gives me the speaking engagements. So if you're wondering where to find your speaking engagements, your workshop engagements, or even how to approach people to speak with, I want you to open up a Google Doc and I want you to write down everything. Make it short and sweet. I want you to think about this from the position of the person who has to read this. They don't know you. They don't have the time. They're inundated with a lot of things. You have to say something very quickly to capture their attention or you're going to lose it. So think about it in terms of no more than 3 or 4 lines, and then put in a link that's going to showcase you in the best possible form. And the one thing that I do recommend is using a dynamic profile, so social media, because again, websites are rather static. And with social media, someone can click on and see how you think, what you're into, the knowledge that you've been sharing, the content that you've been sharing. So you want to put in what's most relevant. So why do I use LinkedIn instead of Facebook or YouTube or Instagram or anything like that? It's because when I'm looking at event organizers, what I do is I give them the LinkedIn face. It's more businessy. Facebook, I do tend to play around a little bit more. Maybe I'll have personal posts in there, and once or very rarely, but I will have some personal posts on LinkedIn if it is relevant to a teaching point, as an example. So what you want is to figure out what works best for you. For a lot of you, maybe it's even Instagram. So that's what I recommend you do. So today, if you have some time, create it. If you don't, sit down, Google Doc, copy paste everything, put it in there, save that doc sheet, and use this so that you're not recreating the wheel every time. These are some of the processes that help you not sit down and feel overwhelmed, because you're like, okay, I have to look for places, I have to look for people, I have to look for networking events. Do that. Other things that you can put on your Google Doc to help you are think about where you've gotten your last 5 clients and think about exactly how you got them, and then write that down. Because the days when you don't know where to start or how to look or where to begin, you can always go back to your Google Doc and say, oh, okay, I see that I spoke at this place and that's where I got my last client. I'm just going to reach out to them and see if there's another opportunity to speak there. Or I see that I did this Facebook post and it seems to do extremely well. So I'm going to see if I can use the same Facebook post and garner myself some more clients, okay? All right, have a good day. If you have any questions, ask me.